Good morning and welcome to the Tuesday morning edition of Mornings with Luann and Tim. How many more times can I say mornings in about 30 seconds? Mornings.
I didn't want to leave the rain sound in my house this morning.
Wasn't it? You wanted to just stay cozy.
I just wanted to stay like blankets under neck and hear rain falling down.
It was pouring this morning.
Yeah.
Pouring. I had to deke into the car and use the other door so my hair wouldn't get flat. And
it didn't. It worked.
Awesome. Thanks.
You look lovely. You don't look like a thunder shower. There's no thunder though. It's just rain.
Yeah. Apparently Michael was saying that we're supposed to get a thunderstorm.
Are we?
Either later today or tonight.
Oh, yeah. That's okay.
Yeah, and no matter what the weather's doing, KC Security, they're out there working for the community and the security of us. And they sponsor our show. So thank you so much, you guys.
Security, take care of you and me, KC Security.
Cha.
Oh, the cha made it.
Right? I can't sing, but I can cha.
Luann, on this date, I know how much you love.
I do.
I don't know, I didn't write the year down, but on this date, Mike the headless chicken was decapitated. How do you decapitate a headless chicken? Right. I'm assuming he became headless after he was decapitated in Fruita, Colorado, and survived for another 18 months.
What? Without a head?
Before choking to death. How much of that
doesn't make sense? Did it rain lots there too?
How much?
Drowned him?
How much of that doesn't make any sense?
That's goofy.
They cut off the chicken's head and he lived for 18 months before he choked to death.
He must have been banging into the coop.
How do you choke to death when you don't have a mouth?
Right. That's what I mean. If his neck's gaping, then might rain.
18 months.
Wait,
Mike,
September 10th, 1945.
1945 it was.
So recently enough, right? So what do you do with the headless
I have a question.
Chicken?
Why did somebody actually watch that chicken run around without a head for 18 months?
It must have been banging into the fence and the coop.
I don't think that was very, very nice.
I don't
think that was a good idea of how to treat your chicken.
And not to mention, imagine the bullying that took place for that poor chicken. The other chickens were like,
18 months, that's a long time to live before you choke your chicken. Listen, speaking of speaking of abusing animals, did you ever hear that TV show, Teen Mom? Who invented this show?
You know what? I have heard of that show.
Who invented this show?
I know. I have.
And it wasn't just one. It was Teen Mom 2.
Oh yeah, there's 5, 6, maybe.
So do you have Janelle Evans?
Yes.
Tell what happened.
Her husband,
David Eason,
shot the family dog.
Killed their dog Nugget.
The little Nugget got blown away.
Their bulldog Nugget, he killed it.
The dog bit their 2-year-old.
I don't even have that.
In the face. In the face, twice.
See, I didn't have the part where the dog actually bit the kid. I had that he was a friend. There was concern about biting. So he didn't feel that adoption was an issue because he said the dog was aggressive and so it might bite another child. And in that case, the authorities say that the dog must be euthanized. And here's his quote: "I'm not going to pay anyone to euthanize my dog when I could do it myself." So in other words, he shot the dog because it was too cheap to do it.
Right, humanely. Although, how does one... I mean, the dog didn't know, right? So it was instant, I would say. But how does one do that?
Do what? Shoot the dog?
Shoot the dog and then see the...
She defended him, saying it was his country lifestyle, and she didn't. And she said, and he was ignorant about social media and what could happen.
So social media is at fault here?
But he went for counseling.
Oh.
They went for counseling. Anger management was part of the counseling.
Oh, you think?
So...
That's not good.
Well, wouldn't you say that the dog was aggressive perhaps because the husband had anger management issues?
That could be.
And then they say he learned his lesson, and proof of that is they have another dog that killed their pig.
What is going on in that house?
And so rather than kill the dog, they actually...
killed the pig?
No, they rehomed the second dog. So he learned his lesson not to shoot the dog after it killed the pig. They rehomed it. Why is their dog biting their kid in the face and killing their pigs? There's an issue. Anyway, he was fired from the show. Did you know that he was not even on? That he was fired for homophobic remarks, and then she got fired from the show because of the dog incident. And now they've lost the custody of their children because of...
No, did they?
Yeah, they have a 4-year-old, a 9-year-old, and the 2-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
They've lost custody.
Ooh.
Because of the dog incident.
Really?
Uh-huh. So there you go, Janelle Evans, teen mom too.
Wow, you're not getting any wiser.
Why are we glorifying these people with television programs?
Right? Like, what's wrong with us that we're watching that?
Here's another fabulous parent, Sarah Palin.
No.
How many problems has her son had?
Oh my word!
Didn't he threaten to shoot his father at one point in time?
Yeah, one of her kids.
Well, the father's given up now. Todd has filed for divorce.
31 years they've been together, and he said it's impossible to live together.
Incompatibility of temperament.
It took you 31 years to figure? You know what? I'm sorry, but like he's like any interview I've ever seen him in, he's like kind of a grunter, you know, like, you know, like it's.
Oh, there they are, Sarah and Todd, the happy not so couple.
Liars.
The happy liars.
She can lie about anything, apparently.
I can see Alaska from my front door.
Russia. She's in Alaska.
Oh, she's in Alaska. Thank you. Speaking of Russia, good segue. The voting. There's an election.
Listen to this.
First of all, Putin has lost 1/3 of his seats. So
that's official. That's legit. As far as
that's what they've counted.
Okay.
But what we saw, go Google, watch the images.
Unbelievable.
Ballot box stuffing. There's one lady who was offered like 3,000 rubles, and she was given a stack of ballots this big to go and told to go and put them in an urn in a certain location. Blatantly, piles of pre-marked ballots being shoved on camera, people with their cell phones, and nobody's stopping them, just shoving.
And one guy took the time, had a stack about this big, folding them all nice. So people are waiting in line, and he's cheating.
And they're stuffing the ballot boxes
watching
for Putin's party. It's ridiculous.
Was it for Putin or his opposition?
No, for Putin's party.
And he still lost 1/3.
And he still lost. This is what I'm saying.
Putin's got to be pooped.
Putin's pooped. Anyway.
Pooched and pooped.
So
Poor
wrong.
Putin. Poor Putin's pooched and...
I saw a picture that I really liked. Billie Jean King posing with Bianca Andreescu.
Oh, no way!
And the reason that Bianca Andreescu won $3.85 million, which is the same purse size as the gentleman who wins the U.S. Open, is because of Billie Jean King.
Good for that kid. She's proven to be awesome, that one.
$3.85 million she gets for that. For the U.S. Open, but it's because in 1973, did you watch the film about Billie Jean King? It was so great.
Yeah, it was.
1973, she threatened to boycott the U.S. Open, and that's when they did equal pay, purse size. Up until then, they were like 3 times more than the women. The men were making 3 times more than the women.
And now, still to this day, the the professional soccer team in the U.S. is still fighting for equal wages, and the tennis association did it 40 years
1973.
ago.
But she mobilized those women.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Who was it though? The British one. She didn't get any support from that British one. Who was the reigning? I forget what her name was. In the movie though, the British one was like she wasn't going to boycott.
Oh.
She wasn't sticking.
Oh, I didn't.
She wasn't playing nice. Anyway, Billie Jean King's my hero.
Yeah, she's awesome. You know what? And it's so good that Andreescu recognized and acknowledged and honored Billie Jean King, because her lifestyle now will be different.
Trailblazing. Trailblazer. This weekend, there's a volunteer expo at the Station Mall.
If you're looking for something to do.
Hang on. So that's the first interview was up with Rory Ring and Michelle Cecchini, because Rory's from the Chamber of Commerce and Michelle's from the mall. And they have to be husband and wife. Anyway, they're teaming up to do this great volunteer expo.
Awesome.
And then the Terry Fox run is coming up, so we're talking about that on the show. And Luann has the news. So on this rainy day, stay dry and watch us. We'll be right back after this.
They served to protect our homes. Now many are homeless. They fought for our way of life. Now many are fighting personal battles of their own. They answered the call for our country. Now we honor them by serving our communities. Help us help Canada's veterans. Become a Legion member today.
Look who's here! It's Michelle Cicchini from the Station Mall.
Hey.
And that guy over there, Roy Ring, the CEO of the Chamber of Commerce. I got both of you at the same time.
Yes, you did.
Are they the cutest couple ever? Okay, you're joining forces.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Tell me about this event. This it's like shooting fish in a barrel.
It's another expo.
If you want to volunteer for something, have you got the place to be?
That's right.
Where?
At the Station Mall.
When?
Saturday. This Saturday.
What time?
At 9:30 to 5:30 p.m.
Rory, who's going to be there and why? Oh, look, the poster's up right now.
Oh, yeah.
Super, yeah.
Sue Volunteer Expo. Okay.
Yeah, it's an excellent opportunity. I mean, if you're looking to give back to the community, or you have kids that are in high school, come down, bring them down, and show what opportunities there are to get their volunteer hours.
Because they need 40 hours to graduate.
They need 40 hours, and also it's just a great way to highlight the organizations in our community that are supporting, create a network and safety net, but also create great opportunities to give back to the community, because that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. So, because oftentimes, not only for teenagers who need those volunteer hours, sometimes you have people who are just either entering retirement, whatever, and they're looking for a way to spend their time.
Absolutely, and we got some great organizations. You know, we've got the Twinkie Foundation that helps parents take their kids to off-site treatments for children that are ill.
Absolutely.
Obviously, United Way, even some unique ones like Hiawatha Highlands. You know, looking for people to support there, whether it's trail grooming.
If somebody likes to do outdoor stuff.
Yeah, organize events. Youth Services of Algoma, Ontario Finnish Rest Home. You know, always seniors looking to get out and about into the community or to come in.
Hey, I was just at that Harvest Fest.
Oh yeah.
That's a fun place to volunteer. Those people they have so much fun at the Finnish Rest Home.
Yes, they do.
And their volunteers are amazing, but they need more, because
yes, definitely.
Absolutely. You know, and we've got about 20 organizations that are coming
all under one roof, like all in one spot.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Like,
so it's a great opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, they'll be strategically placed throughout the mall. So
as you wander along, you can find them.
Yes, that's what it's all about.
And it's great timing because it's get back to school season, right? So hopefully there's lots of kids and parents. And
I think this is also a time that people who are out of work and they want to build their resume can
Building
also.
a resume.
Yes,
I never thought about that too.
They could go and volunteer, and it looks good. They can do office work. They can do whatever, drive. They can do whatever they need.
Michelle, you know what? It's true. Even though they have to do the 40 hours of volunteer work, if you're applying for university, for colleges, they look beyond that. They want to see what you've done in the community as far as volunteerism and involvement in your community. So the more you do, the better your chances are of getting into a good school, or even getting a scholarship kind of thing.
Definitely.
Too, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things that people might not realize is that, we're not just the Chamber of Commerce that's strictly business. Actually, 10% of our membership are not-for-profit organizations.
No, I did not know that. 10% of the membership is not-for-profit.
Not-for-profit organizations, and I mean, ourselves are a not-for-profit organization,
right.
But those organizations are linked to the business community, which gives back through sponsorships, financial giving. So, the small and medium-sized businesses, as well as the large corporations, have a great recognition of social responsibility, and we connect those not-for-profits to those organizations.
I got one more thing for you too. For mental health, this is something that people are actually taught when you go for counseling and stuff. Sometimes if you suffer from depression, or if you're in recovery, a lot of the time what they'll say is get out and volunteer. Because if you're feeling at all low about your life, go and volunteer for somebody, and then you can feel better about yourself, and also see that your life isn't so bad all the time.
And you're not alone.
And you're not alone. And that's another great thing too, the human connection.
Absolutely.
Right, of volunteerism. So rather than being alone and feeling like you're not connected to the world, there you go. Get involved.
You know, and a lot of people don't realize how many organizations are in our community that are providing those services too, right?
True. So, where is it going to be again? It's all through the mall, you said? Not in one food court?
No, not one
there's too
food
many
court.
of them. How many have you got?
Yeah, so we're going to put them in.
20.
Yeah, we're going to put them in
20.
different food courts. Not one food court, and then we got East Court, and we've got Dennis Street Court. So we have 3 courts to do, plus common areas. So there's many places that we can put.
Not only can you volunteer, you can get some exercise.
Yeah,
right.
I see St. Vincent's Place. Is that there too?
Yeah.
Or is that what's that? Victim services.
Crime Stoppers will be
now
there.
victim services. Now that's a perfect example of what volunteers do. You know what those people do? That's like if there's a trauma in your home or something, or those people are trained to go and keep those people company.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like to sit with them. Like if your house burns down or something, or if there's a fire in your house, victim services, these people show up and they'll like talk to you, and they're trained to counsel. That's an amazing service.
That's great.
Definitely.
You know,
and that's all volunteer.
Volunteer in Nogda-Windham Family and Community Service. So
yes.
great. We got with our Batchwana and Garden River, also supporting those communities, but also those that are in the city as well.
Right.
So
YMCA is going to be there too.
YMCA.
Wow.
And it's interesting too, we've got the John Howard Society coming to assist again.
Now that's something else too. The John Howard Society, in case you're interested, they actually help they'll provide volunteers for you sometimes.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
So you know, those community services, right, are really important to making sure that our social network in Sault Ste. Marie is as solid as it can be, and we don't want people falling through the cracks, because we know it's a big challenge with some of the issues we have with drug addictions and those type of things. So, you know, it really helps, I think, bring a community awareness as well. So we're really proud to be partnering with the Station Mall to do that.
Look at you guys all partnering up.
Yeah.
What else is going on in the mall these days? It's back to school. Is that a big thing for you?
Back to school, yes. We had a beautiful back to school draw. It was wonderful.
Did you?
Yeah, we actually did 3 main prizes. One was for a student, one was for a teacher, and one was for a parent.
Are these the merchants that get together and do this stuff with you, or?
Well, yes, the Merchants Association. So I do this, and so they had the teacher and the student had a limo ride and a $300 gift card to Station Mall. First day of school. Yes.
Really?
Yep. And then the parent got to do a shop to you drop. She'll schedule that soon in the mall with her $300 gift card.
That's clever.
So it was a fun promo. We had the limo in there in the mall.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we had three nice winners. They were really happy. They're all on our website. The teacher had her apple in the limo. It was really cute. It's like, I'm going to school.
I also heard a rumor. Is this true? Are you getting a major Halloween thing going on in the mall?
Halloween thing? Oh, yes. We always do a Halloween thing.
I know, but is there going to be a merchant in the mall for Halloween?
Well, there is right now. We got Spirit Halloween.
That's what I was talking about.
You got to get your Halloween costume.
Listen, because this is Bowser's favorite time of the year. Spirit Halloween is his favorite store. Actually, we have a friend.
Mine too.
We have a friend named Rose, and Rose is like, I shop at Spirit Halloween just for my clothes anyway.
Yes.
So they're in the mall.
Yes, they are.
That's great this year.
It is. It's really, really drawing a lot of traffic, and it's really, really cool. And
we'll be down there.
We got some Halloween things coming up. I'll let you in on them later.
You're going to come back on the show and talk about that.
Definitely.
Okay,
but
so
right now let's
focus on the volunteers.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. So we're just in the green room outside, and 2 people from the Terry Fox organization, 2 volunteers are on next with you.
They are volunteers.
Yeah. So it kind of fits very nicely.
Putting that run together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of work. I don't think people realize the amount of logistics that go into holding these type of events or supporting these organizations. So it's great to have this opportunity.
Arch on. They're doing their cycle this weekend on St. Joe's Island, and all of those stations, the Angel stations that are set up, that's all volunteers. It's all the island comes out and volunteers.
Do you know what we also have at Station Mall?
What else?
We have 4 stationary tables that the not-for-profits can book to sell their tickets and do different things, and we give that to them anytime they want. They just have to
call
book in
and book
advance.
it.
You just got to come to customer service and book it through them.
See that?
So we're always trying to give back to the community as well.
You know, and that same thing too with the chamber. When we do our expos at the Station Mall too, we always discount our table rates for any not-for-profit organizations that come in. So,
excellent. So there you go. If you are a youth or a senior or anybody who's got time on their hands and you want to give back to the community and you want to know how you can help, go and check out over 20 different organizations, and then you can find what's suited best to you, to your interests.
That's exactly it.
Ask them, what would my role be, and they'll tell you, and you can see which one suits you best.
Saturday.
Saturday.
9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m.
And then you can shop and you can mingle and you can eat. It's all there.
It's all there.
And you can also go to Spirit Halloween. You're going to come back on the show for that. Okay, yes. Rory Ring from the Chamber of Commerce, thanks for putting on the Volunteer Expo, bringing all this together. And Michelle Cicchini from the Station Mall, thanks for hosting it.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful weekend down on the mall. And we'll be right back with Luann after this.
He fell.
Whoa, I'm not driving. I'm way too stoned. How are you feeling, Beer?
Oh, since we had that talk, I'm not driving tonight at all.
What about you, Dave?
You only had a couple of drinks.
And only a couple of puffs.
I don't drink and drive. No way I'm getting behind the wheel when I smoked weed, too.
How are we getting home, then?
Oh, you can drive, Dave.
Come on, Dave.
Take one for the team, buddy.
Don't let weed and alcohol influence your decision to drive.
Yeah, I need a ride.
I am a mother, and I am a sister.
I'm a father.
A wife, a daughter.
I'm Somali lady.
I can very proudly say that
I'm a teacher.
A social worker.
I'm a human being.
I have a dream
to be free.
And I wish we live in the world full of peace.
Adoptions create families. Are you thinking of adopting a child from an orphanage or your family in India, Bangladesh, Jamaica, Guyana, or any other country? Let Worldview Adoption, a government-licensed agency with 15 years of experience, help. Parmjeet Mongat and Associates are experienced in handling all adoptions cases, especially relative adoptions with complex immigration issues. For a relative or orphan adoption, domestic or international, call Worldview Adoption for a consultation today.
Later on this morning, I'm going to be doing an interview that we'll show later this week, or next week actually, for State of the North, which is the conference. They are our sponsor this month because there's a conference coming up in Sault Ste. Marie. It's the 3rd annual State of the North conference, September the 26th. This year's theme is Future North. It's being put on by the Northern Policy Institute, and what they do is they get together and talk to communities about how they can enhance Northern Ontario's capacity to take a lead position on socio-economic policy. Indigenous people, communities, demographics, economy, environment, infrastructure are the 6 priority areas. Big conference going on. We can get involved as a community and have some say in how we're going to take a direction as a community. So there you go. Thanks, State of the North. I'll be doing that interview later today, and we'll air that next week.
Awesome.
Yes.
They're taking care of business.
They are. It's like a think tank.
Yes. We so wouldn't do well there.
Well, the tank part.
You know what happened?
No.
Do you remember Friendly Giant?
The voice of Rusty the Rooster?
Rusty.
And Jerome the Giraffe?
And Jerome the Giraffe passed away.
He died, the man?
Yes, Rod Coney Bear. He died of pneumonia. He was 89.
89?
89.
The voice, but now Rusty's voice was high and squeaky, and was Jerome's voice low? I think so.
Yes.
Did you
imagine how hard.
Did you watch The Friendly Giant? Was that
Oh my gosh, yeah. It was on one of the 2 channels that I got.
Yeah. Oh, that's the guy on the left. Nice haircut.
I had a haircut like that once.
Did you?
For about 10 years.
So when you watched The Friendly Giant, did you claim a chair? Because remember how they would sit the furniture and here's 2...
Oh, I always got the rocking chair.
Michaela and I would fight over the rocking chair.
So you want to rock in.
I know.
Yeah,
she would always... And it would rock. No, Friendly Giant I would watch, and then I would get angry because it would end and Chez Hélène came on. And
I love Chez Hélène.
That's because you speak French. For me, it was half an hour of a lady talking a language I didn't understand, and I was just bitter because I was like, I want Mr. Dress Up now. But you always had to wait for Chez Hélène.
You have to wait. You have to be kind.
Did I ever tell you the story about Mr. Dress Up? Me and Mr. Dress Up?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch La Souris Verte?
Probably not.
The Green Mouse? That was later. She was so cute. She was an actual person.
Say it again.
La Souris Verte.
Souris is that mouse, and Vert is green.
Yes.
Souris,
so
vert.
it was an actual very slim woman dressed in a mouse costume, and it was all her little adventures.
She actually was dressed as a mouse?
She was dressed as a mouse. Cute little whiskers and a pointy little nose on her.
Whatever happened to that actress?
Green. She's still in the studio thinking that the cameras are on. She should go home. People are trying to get her to go home. She's 4,800 years old right now. She's tired.
Somebody dressed as a big cat should go in and chase her out of there.
Oh, go home, la souris verte. It's okay, honey. You can rest.
Remember Kurt Cobain?
Yes. What a sad end.
His daughter, what was her name? Frances Bean?
Frances Bean.
She's 27 now.
Oh my.
She's launching a clothing line.
Oh.
Kurt Cobain's clothing line.
What?
It's called Kurt Was Here. Okay, when I think about Kurt Cobain, the first thing that comes to mind is not how well dressed he was.
No. It didn't seem like that was a priority.
I didn't think clothing really was
a thing for him.
So she's taken some of his artwork, and so for instance, she's hand selected and curated by his daughter. His artwork put to clothing, and there's 3 different things. There's Kurt Feels, Kurt Thinks, and Kurt Makes Contact. Those are the 3 divisions of Kurt Was Here. So for instance, you could buy a Kurt Cobain t-shirt that features a cluster of his doodles and scribbles.
Oh. I would be first in line for one of those.
I don't know. I just think it's not cheap.
Oh, I'm sure it isn't. She needs to make a couple of beans.
That's what I'm saying. Francis, I think maybe needs to make some money, and maybe his estate hasn't been paying the bills anymore, so she's come up with new and clever ways rather than just getting a job.
Let's hope she's feeling like she's honoring her dad. Let's hope that. Let's be optimistic about this young woman and her endeavor.
I think she should go to the station mall and become a volunteer.
There you go. Okay then, Ms. Bean, you've been told. And we're going to tell you more right after this with the news coming up.
And ain't been high since. I'm on the fence, shorty tryna send her rinse, but how I'm gon' get caught when I don't even got brakes? You don't gotta lose a top, you don't even got hits. The rain that this TV bus driver don't glimpse, I'm rolling. You would think my whip was stolen. In my past life, I hit up all that in your pool, and I'm rolling like I hit a beat high with a Boeing 737 with my arms to the heavens like drop zone to the block's gone. Can't you tell we ran up out of options? This ain't a choir group, tell the entire truth and let us set you free. We undeniable. We undeniable. We undeniable. We undeniable. This ain't a choir group, tell the entire truth and let us set you free. We undeniable. We undeniable. Tell the entire truth and let us set you free. We undeniable. We undeniable.
Welcome to the Machine Shop, our historic venue and gathering place for friends and family. Built in 1899 on the site of a Northwest Company trading post. Today, we are a go-to venue hosting many expos, concerts, weddings, and more. While you're here, choose one of our dining experiences. Enjoy a quiet dinner at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar, watch a game and try wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room, or treat yourself every day to gelato and local coffee at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop, visit machineshopinc.ca.
Gathered with media and the public for an update on the progress of the new Agawa Tour train station. With the ground broken and the first shipment of steel in place, Romano shared his excitement with the progress.
We're here today to celebrate the official kickoff, if you will, of the construction for the paper mill district. If you remember, back in March, I was here. We were inside the machine shop making an announcement where NOHFC had invested $5 million into the construction of the new paper mill district. This will be to create a new train station for our beloved Agawa Canyon tour train. And the facility will also house an exhibit center, a gallery. There will be a microbrewery on site, and a lot of synergies with the existing machine shop, and overall creating this tourism hub for Sault Ste. Marie here at the machine shop paper mill district area. So this is extremely great news that construction has begun. As you can clearly see, the paper mill district building, the train station itself, is the steel structure behind me with the beams up in the air. You'll see to the right of that the cement pad being poured just right now. Workers working on that. That will be the site of the new microbrewery. And this is great news to see all this construction happening. I know we're being told that it's going to be a difficult construction season. They're expecting a bit of a cold one again, which is nothing new for our community. But the goal is and remains to have this facility open for June of 2020. And I'm very excited for that opportunity coming forward. I don't know if I would say it was time as much as it wasn't maximizing its opportunity. We know in Northern Ontario we have such a beautiful location. Right here where we live in Sault Ste. Marie, we're on the water, we're at the heart of the Great Lakes, beautiful waterfront, beautiful features throughout our downtown. But the Agawa Canyon Tour Train was one of those features that to get in and off of the train at the location it was at, a lot of tourists would come to our community and not have much else to do once they arrived. So the idea with this is we'll have that exhibit center, that gallery. People will be able to read about the rich history. They'll be able to see some of the background of our community and learn some of the things dating as far back as the Hudson's Bay Company and then Francis H. Clerg's investments into the community and so on and so forth moving forward that bring us here today. So it's creating more of a hub, a tourism hub, more for tourists to do, and more reason for them to stay in our community, invest in our community, visit our shops, visit our stores and our food establishments. This is to try to really diversify our economy here in the north.
City Council voted in favor of economic development funding for Entomica during last evening's meeting. The Insectarium, which recently relocated to the Bushplane Museum, was granted $85,362 under the condition that they will provide Council with a business plan by March 9th, 2020. This funding is in addition to the funding Entomica received in 2017, where Council approved a request for $78,000, which allowed them to hire a full-time executive director and help them to pay the rent. Entomica then approached city staff to stretch the dollars provided by the EDF funding, allowing them to then hire full-time NOHFC interns to develop educational programs and part-time insect care staff, as well as acquire additional insects for programming. City CAO Tom Vare told Council that Entomica is also pursuing other funding and grant opportunities. Biologist John Dedes confirmed that the nonprofit organization is currently in the process of obtaining their charity status, pending approval. When asked by Councillor Vezo Allen, Didi said the insectarium would have a difficult time funding certain positions if not for the help of the city. Didi said another difficulty they have to qualify for grants is meeting all of the qualifications, such as having enough operational funds to meet the grant requirements, as an example, having 70% of the funds ahead of time. He explained the money from the city will help leverage Atomica to apply for 4 grants. Mayor Provenzano supports the insectarium, but is concerned that the responsibility of other levels of government are falling to the municipal level. On Sunday, City Police arrested 24-year-old William Eli of Queen Street West for possession for the purpose of trafficking. Officers conducted a traffic stop for an unattached plate. The accused was driving but is a suspended driver. He was taken into custody, and after officers searched him, they found about 8 grams of methamphetamine, 4 grams of cocaine, 15 Percocet pills, and a small amount of green powder that they believe is fentanyl. Officers then searched the vehicle and found packaging material, a scale, a can of mace, and a stolen watch. The accused is charged with 4 counts of possession for the purpose of trafficking, several weapons charges, possession of stolen property, and breach of probation. Eli was held for bail court. Coast Guard rescuers pulled 4 trapped crew members from a capsized cargo ship yesterday, finding them alive more than a day after the vessel overturned while leaving a port on the Georgia coast.
Those guys were motivated this morning, and the team from that delivered them on board, I think most of you saw that as the air station delivered those guys out there. They were charged up. And knowing that the people were alive made all the difference. And knowing where to go on a ship that's 600 plus feet big, where to go was an outstanding job by the engineers last night and the salvage team putting that plan together. It was outstanding. When I heard the news this morning that we had tapbacks throughout the night, I think that really motivated the team here. There was just a system of tapping where they would do 3 or 4 taps or more. And eventually...
Meanwhile, while people were relieved for the 4 men, they wondered about the removal of the ship.
Well, it's just such a natural area, so, we love the shrimp, and just to have the natural seafood and fishing here, it's a big part of living here. So the concern with the oil or gas getting out is big.
It's like a big event for us in this area. Everybody's been coming around and talking about it, so it's just a spectacular thing. I mean, for it to happen just like this, so close to the pier. But we're hoping that, everything will turn out okay, especially after the guys get, getting rescued and everything.
At 4:45, discover all kinds of treasures and never pay more than $5. Inventory is restocked every Saturday, and you can find anything from electronics to household items, toys, and much, much more. On Saturday, everything is $5, and the price goes down throughout the week, ending with 25 cents on Friday. We restock weekly with new items from various big box stores, so you never know what treasures you can find. Come visit us at 4:45, 2510 Ashman Street in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan.
Have a great business idea but don't know where to start? Need help taking your business to the next level? C2C Business Services can be your guide in navigating the path of entrepreneurship, with services ranging from grant funding support, access to service experts, market information, and helping your business adopt new technologies to create and foster a culture of innovation for ongoing success. Call C2C Business Services and let them be your first step in taking your entrepreneurial dreams from concept to commerce. C2C Business Services is a division of the Sault Ste. Marie Innovation Center.
Stopping and nothing, I'm up in your face, shaking it off, no matter the cost. I'm feeling the wind, I'm taking it all, I'm paving the way with the sweat and the blood. I'm at the top, rising above. I want the gold, give me the rush, Queen Midas, I got the touch. I'm pushing, 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 I'm pushing and pushing and pushing. Pushing and pushing and pushing.
Such a triumphant return for Mr. Alex Trebek to
Is
Jeopardy.
he back?
Yeah, he's back. He was live I guess it was yesterday. And he said, he just came out and said, welcome to the 4,800th episode of Jeopardy, whatever their season is. And he said, I'm still here. And the audience went berserk.
Did they?
They just, man, people love him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he went through tons of chemo, but that's, you know what? He says, as of today, I'm feeling great and I'm doing well.
But we don't know what his status is as far as where the cancer is, or what?
There have been pretty substantiated rumors that it's in remission.
Okay.
Yeah, he said it's shrunk right down. So
okay.
I guess that's remission.
Where was it?
I forget.
Me too. Well, I'm glad he's back.
Isn't that awesome? That's so good.
We're the cancer. Terry Fox Run is our next guest, talking about, speaking of cancer. They've nationally $700 million over the years the Terry Fox Run has, that's across the world. The Terry Fox Run has raised for cancer research over $700 million.
Isn't that phenomenal? He was such
We were trying to figure out how old he'd be.
Yeah.
I think he was born in 58, so he would be like 61 years old this year, Terry.
That's crazy. Wow. I remember we were driving for a family trip to Kenora.
Yeah.
And we saw him on the highway.
Come off it.
Yeah. I was just freaking out. But also, I was at that time, I don't even know, I guess 17. I was the secretary for the Canadian Cancer Society in Espanola. Wow. And I got to read a poem to him, and he kissed me on the cheek.
What do you mean?
I know. Yeah, he came to the Espanola arena, because Espanola, you have to come off 17, and he wasn't planning to.
But he did?
He came in, and we got to meet him, and the place was full, and he was such a sweet, sweet guy. Such a sweet man.
He gave you a kiss?
He did. I was so thrilled. I was a kid, and I was just like, oh my God, you're a hero.
He was your age.
Yeah. Plus he was cute.
He was 18 when he got his leg amputated.
Gosh, yeah. Yeah, he was. And they say that now, had he been diagnosed today, his leg would never have had to have been amputated. So there is progress being made, because you hear a lot of people who are on the negative side of the issue saying, you know what, we're raising money and there's $1 billion, and like it's all corrupt, it's the drug companies and all that. Well, you know what?
This is the Terry Fox Foundation.
Yes.
This is just the Terry Fox Foundation does this run.
And their focus is dead set on research. And you know what? Everybody's been touched by it, so if you can, give.
Yeah.
Right?
700 people do the run.
Wow.
In Sault Ste. Marie.
Isn't that terrific?
Can you imagine what that looks like down at the Roberta Blonder Pavilion?
How inspiring, right?
I said it must be really emotional. Well, but that's coming up. That's our interview coming up after this.
Awesome.
And also, we never got to this Chrisley thing.
Oh yeah, they're nuts.
Do you know this Chrisley family? Somebody told me that I reminded them of this Todd Chrisley guy.
Of the son?
No, of the father.
Ew.
Somebody said I was shopping, and this woman where I shop, she's like, you know who you remind me of? Todd Chrisley. I'm like, I have no idea who that is. So then she made me go look him up, and I'm like,
oh yeah,
I don't want to remind anybody of that man.
Yeah, he's nasty.
He's got a weird family, and they're grifters. And they're making money off TV, reality show. What's it called?
I don't even know.
He's got a show called Chrisley Confessions. And now they're being sued for
all kinds of fraud.
And everything. I don't want to be like, that's him.
Yeah.
Don't tell me I remind you of him.
Plus he's twice your girth.
Do I look like that? Do I look like that?
No, and his head's about this big compared to yours.
Thank you.
Yeah,
okay.
you're handsome and he's not.
Whoever that person is, that lady behind the counter, don't tell me that anymore. Although, then somebody at the gas station yelled at me.
What?
I was just finished fueling up, and she was like, you look like that Todd Chrisley guy.
Oh my word. Stop it, people.
I don't.
Or you need a ball cap with a mosquito net around it. Cover your face up nice.
I'm not going to go incognito. Stay tuned for the interview with the Terry Fox Run coming up right after this. It's going to be interesting.
Housed in a 15,000 square foot custom manufacturing facility built to produce world-class cabinetry at surprisingly affordable prices, Great Lakes Fine Cabinetry brings your project from initial concept to final design. Proudly providing Northern Michigan and the Algoma region with quality hand-built cabinetry for the past 20 years. Located at 844 East 3 Mile Road, Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, Great Lakes Fine Cabinetry, making your cabinetry dreams come true.
When you support the Restore, it helps Habitat for Humanity build affordable housing for families. How does this work? New and gently used goods are donated to the Restore. The sale of these goods generate funds for building homes. For every $1 spent at the Restore, there is a $4 return on investment within our community. For example, Habitat homeowners have better educational outlook, increased employment stability, improved health, and reduction in the use of social services. Every donation and every dollar we receive through the Restore helps build sustainable housing for future homeowners. Everyone needs a foundation to build a future. To find out more and how you can help, drop by the Restore at 32 White Oak Drive or go to habitatsioux.ca.
As a nation, Canada has participated in all of the major world conflicts. In the Sioux area alone, over 10,000 men and women have enlisted in the Canadian Armed Forces. The Veterans Commemorative Monument aims to cement the legacy of the Canadian Armed Forces in stone. It will highlight the bravery, strength, courage, and sacrifice of our servicemen and women. In times of need, they volunteered to serve us. Now it is our time to thank and recognize their sacrifice. You can help honor our men and women of service by donating today. To help construct this special, one-of-a-kind monument, visit thosewhoserve.ca to find out how to donate and more.
Welcome back to Morning with Luann and Tim and Chanel and Rob. Okay, so you're a married couple or kind of, sort of?
No, we're married.
You are a married couple? Okay. So you are the organizers of this year's Terry Fox Run?
On the organizing committee.
You're on the committee?
With my parents.
So you have quite a legacy with the Terry Fox Run. Did you hear? Okay, you probably didn't hear this because you were in the other room. Terry Fox kissed Luann on the cheek. Yes, Luann. When she was in Espanola, she got to read a poem to him when he was doing the run, and he actually came off the route to come into Espanola, and he gave her a kiss on the cheek.
No way! Wow.
Tell your mother that story.
Everyone's got a story. Everyone's got a Terry Fox story.
So it goes back to your grandpa, right?
Yeah.
What was his name again?
Tony Michelle.
Tony Michelle, and so.
Tony, so my grandpa, he watched Terry Fox run through Sault Ste. Marie in 1980. My mom was there.
Yeah.
They were all there, and when Tony watched Terry, he absolutely fell in love with him.
Got so inspired by Terry.
He was very inspired with him, this 20-year-old kid who's running across Canada.
So your grandpa then took you on the Terry, took you walking on the run?
When we were kids, yes. So not in, the first one was in 1981. Okay. So my grandpa did the first, after Terry passed away, my grandpa did the first official run where they walked laps around the John Roads.
Yeah, that's what it was then? That's how it started, eh?
In 81.
Laps around the John Roads.
Yeah, and so when I was in elementary school, when I was a kid, we'd go to the pavilion and I'd walk with my grandpa. My grandpa would, he absolutely loved Terry Fox.
Oh, wow. And then your mother carried
my mother, yes, about 10 years or so ago, they started taking on the organizing for the run.
The run has been in Sault Ste. Marie, it's been 39 years.
39th year this year, yes.
39 years. And I was telling Luann, you gave me the figure, internationally $700 million?
Yeah, $750 million.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
And here in Sault Ste. Marie, our numbers are amazing.
Yeah, we're up to, we passed 600,000 last year.
In those 39 years?
Yes, in Sault Ste. Marie.
So, now, but the money doesn't stay locally. Like the Terry Fox Run money goes into the fund and it goes to research.
Correct, across Canada. So it's the Terry Fox Foundation.
The Terry Fox Foundation.
Yeah, all the money goes to.
His brother, you said, is still pretty involved. Is that right?
Yeah, Fred Fox. He does a lot of the, a lot of the organizing. He goes to run sites every once in a while, and
Maybe I should let Rob talk. Hi, Rob.
Hi.
Hi, Rob. You've been involved for the full 7 years with Chanel?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So what kind of work is involved in putting the run together?
A ton.
Yeah?
Yeah, a ton. So her parents do a lot of that stuff leading up, getting some supporters, getting things set up with the pavilion and that sort of thing. And then, the day before and the day of, it's kind of madness. We're running around setting things up at the pavilion,
Because there's before the run starts, what happens at the pavilion? Is there there's registration?
Yeah, there's the national anthem. We do a bit of a warm up there.
You do?
So we kind of get everyone who's there together, and there's a warm up, and then together the whole group will go out to the start line, and then we kind of go from there.
And you have had the numbers have been consistent. I mean, your numbers don't wane; they go up and they stay the same.
Yeah, last few years they've been pretty good.
Like what?
700-800.
Yeah, awesome.
That must be so inspiring too, right?
It's awesome to see that many people.
How many of you are there that are volunteering that organize this?
I think there's usually about 40, maybe 45 consistent volunteers that it's a lot of the same people. They come out every year. We could not do it without them. They do so much.
We were just talking, Rory Ring was on the show with Michelle talking about volunteerism and during the mall this year. So there's another volunteer organization, the Terry Fox Foundation. They're always looking for volunteers.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So now the volunteers, like you said, is it your brother's going to be flipping burgers or something?
My brother will be flipping burgers.
Because M&M is providing the food.
Yeah, burgers. And so there's burgers after the run.
After the run is over,
by donation.
We go back to the pavilion, and it's just by donation.
Yep, by donation. If you want to donate $1 or $5 or...
And things for the kids to do as well.
Yeah, there's face painting, and I think there's a balloon person.
Magic.
And then we always have Terry Fox. There's a little coloring
stuff, right? Okay, so it all gets underway what time?
Registration starts at 8:30.
And that's what day? Is that?
That's this coming Sunday.
This Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay, so 8:30 in the morning is registration.
Yep. So if you start coming anytime after 8:30.
Oh, the poster's up right now. Look at that. Okay, look at that beautiful picture. So you register at 8:30, and the run starts. Did you say 10 o'clock sharp?
10 o'clock sharp. So we do.
No messing around.
No messing around. If you're not there when we start,
okay,
you'll be at the back of the pack.
What must that look? It must look amazing to have all those people taking off at the same time.
Yeah, it's fun.
And you go where? Along the waterfront?
It goes along the boardwalk, along the waterfront. It goes down Canal Drive, and then you turn around at 2.5K and can walk or run back. So
walk or run back.
Yeah.
And if people want to do it twice, they can do a 10K.
You want to do it twice, you can do 10K.
Because people might be faster.
If you just want to do 2K, you can walk a kilometer.
And there's something interesting your mom was telling you about. It's so funny. Your mother's name is?
Colette.
Colette, and Rick is your dad?
Rick is my dad.
Okay, so Colette and Rick have been doing this for over 10 years now, about 10 years. So Colette has been texting Chanel this morning saying, make sure you do this, make sure you mention that. And so tell us about
the pipe band.
The pipe band.
The pipe band. She just emailed me last night and texted me again this morning that the cadet pipe band will be playing at the bridge.
How cool is that? Yeah. They're going to pipe you on to encourage you.
Rain or shine, I hope.
Yes. Also, did you want to talk about some supporters? Did your mother want to mention some supporters?
Oh, we have so many supporters.
Excellent supporters.
Like we said, this doesn't happen alone, folks.
No, there's so quick list. There's Northside Toyota, Community First, Canadian Tire, Metro, M&M's, Tim Hortons. They donate. There's coffee after, which
really?
is great.
Oh, Tim Hortons does that?
Yeah, we get coffee after. No Frills, Station Mall, Algoma Office, Food Basics, National Grocers. Yeah, there's cake, coffee after.
All those people donate.
Yes.
Yeah. Registration can go. You can online.
Yep, you can register online.
How do you do that? Where do you go?
TerryFox.org.
That's easy. TerryFox.org.
Yep. You can
there's
register.
Forms there.
Yeah, I think it's a quick, easy online registration.
And there's this event. There's no fee to register. There's no entry fee. There's no nothing. This is all volunteer, and you can make donations as you want. You can get pledges if you would like to. Get people to pledge you for the run. Mm-hmm. A lot of people just show up and do the run and just make a donation, right? Just to be part of it.
And we're happy to have. It's very family friendly. We want. I read somewhere someone said it's a fall tradition, and that's definitely what.
Tradition.
Yeah, for us it's.
Now, some of the research, Luann was saying that if Terry had been diagnosed with the form of cancer that he had back today, chances are he wouldn't have lost the leg even.
Probably not. Right. No.
So all of this is happening because of the money that's going to research.
Yeah, for sure. The advance in medical and.
So, different types of cancer that it...
Yeah, so it's just...
Pediatric is a big one.
Pediatric.
Tell me a little bit about what inspired Terry.
So Terry, when he was 17 or 18, when he was in the hospital after he was diagnosed, it was seeing families and seeing other kids who were dealing, not just his age, but kids that were younger than him who were dealing with the same thing. And that I think that's what got to him.
Right.
That's what... made him decide he had to do something about this.
And he's made a huge difference. So pediatric, brain cancer, prostate cancer, be careful of that one, guys. Make sure you get that checked. No, I just went and had my, you know what now? Did you know they don't have to check you anymore? Blood. No, I went for, they do blood work. That's what they check for prostate cancer now. They don't have to go. They don't have to go.
Easy.
I know, it is easy. I just had mine done. Ovarian, breast. Well, breast cancer awareness right now is big because that's this month. The big bras going around town.
I saw the big bra around town.
Did you see the big boobs are going around there? People are getting booby trapped to raise money for breast cancer. But this is the Terry Fox Foundation.
This is the Terry Fox Foundation, yes.
So, once again,
cancer research.
This Sunday, September the 15th.
Yeah.
Chanel and Rob want you to come down to
the Pavilion.
8:30 to register. Do the run, bring some money, make a donation.
Come hang out for a couple hours.
Hang out for a couple hours. Have some great food. Have some family fun. And listen to the pipe band and as you run by.
We're happy to have anybody and everybody there.
I think your mother's going to be very proud of the job you did on this. And you did all right too, Rob.
All right, thanks.
No, but really, you guys, it's a lot of work bringing this together. Thanks for all that you do for the community and for the Terry Fox Foundation.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having us.
Great. Good luck on Sunday. We'll see you, and thanks for joining us. Luann will be back to say goodbye right after this.
Since 1899, the Machine Shop has been a unique space for innovation and creativity. Once a leading pulp and paper company, the Machine Shop was built by Francis H. Clerg, which later became part of St. Mary's Paper in 1984. After the closure of St. Mary's Paper in 2011, the Machine Shop spent 4 years vacant. In 2015, the Machine Shop reopened their doors to the community for the first time. From weddings to galas to concerts and festivals, the one-of-a-kind venue has something for everyone. We are proud to work with the community and local nonprofits to host major events such as Festival of Trees, Pearls and Plaid, an evening at Hogwarts, and more. While you're here, wind down at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar for a quiet dining experience, or watch a game and try a wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room. Don't forget to save room for house-made gelato and baked goods at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop events, history, and restaurants, visit machineshopinc.ca. 3 great places, 1 historic venue.
Terry Fox one, man, the reaction to that is such an awesome thing, and as it should
Just
be.
that video got me.
Yeah, wow. 800 people in Sault Ste. Marie. Way to go, Sault Ste. Marie. Huge thank you to KC Security for sponsoring the show this morning.
We'll see you tomorrow on Wellness Wednesday. Mornings with Luann and Tim. Stay dry, Sault Ste. Marie.
Please do.
And we'll see you tomorrow.